do you want to put the sound in yours? By the way, and I wanted to bring up. Let me mute. A second. 1, 2, 3.
Now I hear you.
Okay, so now you can put it there. I think we're good. By the way, I wanted to suggest to buy, I think it's between 50 and $100. It's a conference room speaker for Zoom. So we have better quality and it's even Bluetooth nowadays, but yeah, you can do both. Okay, so if you guys are okay with it, I think we can, since we're doing all the meetings both on Zoom and I think it.
Does it, is it just a speaker or also a microphone with it as well?
It's just, now I cannot hear you. It's just a speaker.
Yeah, the problem is then we have the feedback on the computer.
When I'm muted.
Yes, it's yours. No, no, but if he speaks to, turn on yours.
So right now, my mic is unmuted. Is that good? But we can, Robert, can you speak?
Hello, testing, testing, testing.
No, then I bring it up. Okay, hold on. Now speak, Robert.
Keep on talking, I keep on talking.
Okay, that's good. Okay, we'll work with that for now.
Dutch football is going to win the European Championships. Can you hear me, Joao?
It's definitely Portugal.
It's okay. Let Joao, hope is the last thing you lose. Okay. Don't forget to record and also click on the AI assistant over there.
Where's that at?
I think it's somewhere next to the recording on the bottom. It's like, are you on your computer?
AI companion. I'm on an iPad. AI companion.
Yeah, click on that.
Start summary.
Yeah, very good. And I would recommend during this meeting, every item we go through, Robert, since you're close to the computer, or Joao, or any of us, to read what's the item and then start the discussion. That way the AI picks up on it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. What about Alfredo?
Alfredo is online.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, so let's get going.
Okay, so it is Wednesday, June 19th. It is officially 6:07. I call the meeting to order. That is point number 1, call the meeting to order. I call the meeting to order. Point number 2 is determination of quorum. We do have a quorum of the board. We have all members of the board present either in person or online. Point number 3, approval of minutes of the meeting from June 5th, 2024.
I do a motion to approve the meeting.
I second.
Here. Those meetings or the minutes of the meeting from June 5th is approved. Number 4, roof contract update. Let me start with a little preamble on this, and then Diana, I'll ask you to touch base a little bit after my preamble, and obviously any other members of the board that want to speak up can. So the update on the roof at this point is we've sent everything to our lawyers. The lawyers have reviewed it. They turned the documents that we sent into, I believe it's a A101 and a A201. The terminology might not be exactly right, but it's legal documents and construction documents. And they have sent those back to us. Diana had a idea and a solution and a proposal where she went around to each of us, talked with us in person. Obviously, I spoke with her over the phone, but where she is looking at beyond just the normal project manager that would be looking at the project, she felt strongly about having an engineer look at everything that we have right now, make sure that is sufficient and clear and appropriate for a project of this size. And as she went through that process, she talked, as I said, with each one of us individually. Collectively, as she talked with each of us, we all said that sounds like a good idea. And essentially what that is a engineer who would be looking at the scope of work that the selected roofer submitted, and really fill in any gaps that need to be there so that we send that back to the roofer as complete as possible, and then ask for additional information or clarity on points where it is where there could be some confusion, where there could be some misunderstandings. And so as we go through that process with the roofer, then it is an element of essentially clearing up things hopefully prior to there being any misunderstanding. And so that she just sent through the proposal today. I read through that. I think most of the other board members read through that. I'm not sure exactly, but it provided some good clarity. Again, the board's perspective on this is to get the roof project going as quickly as possible without cutting any corners. Obviously, we all know we're in the rainy season. We felt that last week. And so anything that we can do to speed this process through in a due diligent manner, full of integrity, and really making sure that we are protecting Leeward Point, that is what we are going to do. And so as we finalize that with the engineer, then we would submit that to the roofer to allow them to review everything and provide any feedback that they may have, so that we can get this contract signed and move on. Diana, do you want to add anything to that? Do you want to talk a little bit about your perspective on that? Unmute yourself, Alan, or if she is talking.
Hi there. I think you covered it pretty well and thoroughly. The only thing I would add is I think there's a degree of help that would be provided by the fact that this engineer is unrelated in every way to the contractor as well as the project manager. So it's a complete third party that has no horse in this race, and therefore will be signing and sealing on his recommendations, so we can proceed as thoroughly as possible with the project.
Yeah, and that is a good point in terms of, as Joel has said, we don't want the fox guarding the chickens. And I think by having this independence from the roofer that allows, and from us that allows, sort of objective analysis and input into all things, engineering it to code, and really protecting us in that way.
On that subject, are we? First of all, did you have a chance to speak with every five to what we this, what, you know.
I
different-
reached out to Orly, sent her a message. I did not hear back. I did also reach out to Jay, and literally just right before this started, he said he's available, but then I wasn't because we're going into this meeting. So I can try to reach him after this meeting to talk about some things there.
Are we discussing now the proposal that Diana brought that we just mentioned? I mean, do we want to go in details and discuss that?
Right here?
I mean,
I'd like to, I think the biggest,
I think,
there's
yeah.
two factors, right?
Yeah.
There's two big factors, which is the cost and the time. I know that we were trying to be very efficient and financially be as conservative as we could be, and that's what I requested of him, and that's what he sent over. For the time piece especially, that was my big part, I would say my big concern, right? He said he would like at least 7 days, right? He is signing and sealing this, he wants to do a thorough job, I appreciate that. And for that to be the case, I know that the timing that we were trying to say is we wanted to allow the contractor 7 days. Therefore, if we send all the information today, we would have it available, which I can draft up an email. We would have it available for next Wednesday, which would then allow us to send the contract over next Wednesday, and the contractor would have 7 days, which is exactly what we had requested. So it's very tight
Yeah.
timing.
so I
but
think
that's
we
my
need,
intent.
I think we need to, so what was I saw the price, was it like $1,000?
It is $2,000, $2,100, I believe.
It's 2,100,
Mhm.
because it's 1,050 to 1,050. And just to be clear, we are just deciding the support for the contract specifications scope, so we get a full description on the contract that makes us complete. Minimizing the risks of any type of surprise. Obviously, there will always, but from what I saw is 1,050, 1,150. The overall is 1,100, but only for the first stage. So I know Robert already mentioned the going through the project. I haven't
Right.
seen anything.
No, I specifically, he had originally included it, and I told him, let's separate that out because we have to confirm our NV5 contract first.
Okay, so what I would suggest, because time is really of the essence, is let's vote on that. So tomorrow it starts working, and add to that, we got the proposal from Junior. Alfredo sent it today by email. Okay, but
Separate, as a separate line item.
yeah, no, I know, but what I'm saying is that to take that proposal and ask him, hey, if we do this right now, will this fix the problem temporarily?
Without compromising time, so I have the.
Yes, without, I agree.
The only thing that is concerning is the 7 days. We still need to receive from him and make the final revision before sending. And what I would like to get is probably already received the email from Robert and Leeward Point. The special assessment meeting is the 3rd of July. So it would be great that we have all this alignment between the fronts. And then we arrive on the 3rd of July with all the information.
I think that at least as a question,
I can ask him that.
I ask him,
I don't think he's
because
gonna-
once the guy goes to the roofs and already takes the photo and already knows what's going on, then showing that, do you think that this, yeah, without
I will have
jeopardizing
a
time,
discussion with him and say, yes, I will have a
Yeah,
discussion.
show
The
him and
intent
say-
isn't you spend a day or two on this.
show him and say,
Yes.
is it worth it to do it right now?
I can
Is
ask
he
him.
going to fix it?
I think he can give that recommendation as a word of mouth. I don't think he's gonna sign to anything, which I think is enough. Okay, so then
Okay,
do
so
I make a
let's-
motion to approve the proceeding with this portion, AKA $2,100 in 7 days?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll do the motion to approve the proposal as was made by the company. The Voluntary Engineering Construction Service in the value of 2,100 to be delivered by 1 week, then we forward the contract after our revision to our team.
Did you hear all that, Robert?
Yes, and that was the motion, and I second the motion.
Okay, I'm in favor.
Right. I may need your help just to verify that I have the right documents, because I want to send them to him today,
Okay,
so that the clock starts today and be done next Wednesday. I believe they're all on the SharePoint, but I would probably send to you to just give a thumbs up that they're correct.
Also, I think it's important that always that the promotion we ask, is anybody having questions or opposes?
Discussion.
Yeah.
To do that.
Okay.
Or you, I don't know who's moderator.
No, yeah, anybody.
I don't
you
see,
want-
guys. Are you talking about the contract that Diana sent today to approve that? I think that we need
Yes.
a little bit of time because we have to go through all the detail items, and I think that I wasn't, like ready to actually say something or approve something today. So can we postpone it?
In my opinion, and also Zhao is the same, no, because time is what we don't have. And the
Yeah.
whole, and right now we're working on the contract for.
Well,
to
I'm
get-
not
to start
approving.
working.
I'm not approving that.
Okay, so you can vote no. So noted that Alfredo voted no for this. Huh?
Maybe voted no.
Yeah, he just said he doesn't approve.
Let's fire that.
Okay. All right. Next item.
Let me get back.
Yes.
Well, before we go on in terms of the roof contract update, before we go to the next point, I do want to just say, we sent an email. It was either yesterday or today. I don't know how the time when it actually was sent out. We sent an email to all owners, highlighting the packet of information of the Board of Directors meeting for July 3rd to vote on and approve the financing from Valley Bank for 1.2 million. And then following that meeting is a members meeting that is also highlighted in those documents. And that would be voting on the special assessment. That would not take place. And initially the 1.2 million is a line of credit. That is not an immediate loan. And only when the work is finished and all that money is drawn down, does that turn into from a line of credit into a loan. So the payment that owners would need to do would not happen right away. It's hard to determine exactly when that happens, especially with the rainy season and scheduling out the work on the roofs. But that would at least be 3, 4, 5, 6 months, give or take. Again, no date is specific on that. And then they were also mailed, sent out today physically. So we wanted to send the email so people had that information in their hands already. And then we fulfilled the regulations of mailing it physically 2 weeks in advance. And that was done to satisfy that statute. So each owner should be receiving the physical mail, which will include a ballot for owners to vote on. Each owner already has in their email box the same information that is being mailed out. And then there's also an introductory letter from the board that sort of explains the situation that we are in right now and the importance and imperative of engagement of the owners to really push forward on this project that is critical, both in terms of remaining able to live in our homes because we are in the middle of a 50-year recertification process, and nothing can be satisfied until the roofs are done, both on the structural and the electrical. And also that we protect unit owners' homes essentially from further water intrusions because of the state of building 2 and 3 and where they are at right now from the prior contractor. And so for those who are online, those owners who are online, thank you for being engaged. It's great to see your avatars. But it is, it's this type of engagement that is critical for us to really push forward on this project. So you'll be receiving again in the mail, however long it takes for USPS, but you already have the same information in your email boxes. And So please read that. And then the meeting will be July 3rd, Wednesday, July 3rd, Board of Directors meeting starting at 6, and the members meeting starting after that. So again, it's important that our owners understand the process and status that we are in, and that we can really explain to each other the importance of being engaged in this type of thing, because we do need the involvement of the owners to make this a success. Anything else from the board that you want to add?
Well, I receive a lot of questions about when the new roofer, if we have a new roofer, and when it's going to start. And honestly, yes, we selected a new roofer, and we don't really, I mean, if I tell you a date, I'm going to be lying. We don't really know. We are working on finishing the contract and making sure that we do it, like Robert said before, that we do it timely and without cutting corners. So I'm afraid to put a date. I don't know if anybody wants to say more than that. But what I can tell you is that we are working around the clock to get this going as soon as possible. We are all under the same roof, literally. We have Diana here, that she's the one that got, I think, one of the worst damages in a newly renovated unit. So she understands the urgency, as we all do, but she feels it. And she's working also with us to get across the line. So any update we have, the moment, let's say, the contract is signed, we will let everybody know. And when the contract is signed, we will also have a schedule from the roofer, and we're going to communicate all that with all of you.
And to that point, for those who are online, Alan set up a Telegram channel where we will push out important notices or updates or different things like that. If you haven't subscribed to that Telegram channel, Alan, I'll put you on spot. Just reach out to Alan and he can set you up, or share you the link or QR code.
Yeah, and I think that Robert, if you have the link over there, and I think I put it, you can put it in the chat here on Zoom. So for those that are here, they can click and join the Telegram channel, which the Telegram channel is designed just for very short notices, meetings. If there's a water shut off, things like that. That's news of Leeward Point. That's what it's designed for.
Was that email, Alan, that you sent it? The QR code?
No, I would say no. Don't share the QR code, but you can share the link. If not, I'll try in a moment to share it here. I have it. I'll try to share it. Let me see if I can. And also, I don't know if you noticed, but in the mailbox, behind the mailboxes in the middle of the condominium and in the bulletin board, there's a big QR code. So for those that have water intrusion, please scan that QR code. That will lead you to a form, and fill out the form, because that help you regarding water intrusion. We need to understand the scale of the damage, the date of the incident, a description of what, in bullet points of what happened, and photos, and all that. We need to document all that, and will help us, in the future, and also to obviously help you with all that. So please make sure that if you have, and you can also report their previous incidents from November, from December. We want to have all that recorded as well. Okay. Mara, let's continue.
I got the link. I'll put that in the chat in just a second. We are going to point number 5. Units 11, 13, 18, 21, 26, 27, 28, 35, water intrusion assessment. I'm not the lead on this one.
I think Alfredo was with that.
Yeah, for the sake of the record, I met with Junior from R&Y Construction last Monday. We inspected all 4 buildings and identified that the water seals at the bottom of some of the vent pipes and AC stands are showing signs of wear and tears, and some of the crack, and there are some corroded. We also noticed that some of the vent pipes are canceled or cut open without cap or proper protection from the element, resulting in standing water from within. That was one of the cases on Unit 11. The water intrusion on Unit 35 is due to poor workmanship. The repair that they were done last year consists on a splice, different materials like PVC pipe, and being held together with some metal and metal strap without proper sealing. And you probably will see it on the photo report. There are some other areas that he inspected and saw around the perimeters of building 2 and 3 that are still exposed to water intrusion from the previous contractor's job. The waterproofing is precarious, the plastics cover is loose, broken, and perforating, creating access for the water in between the roof materials. R&Y is working out a temporary solution to use a hydraulic cement and to water seal the bottom of the penetration pipe and apply hot modified bitumen at the perimeter of the building 2 and 3 to basically, seal everything from, more water coming in. I just sent the report just now, and the total cost for all this labor is $9,800 for the temporary waterproofing work, in addition to the upper part of the waterproofing protection of the mansard that was done with a new contractor. So I think that it's a good deal. I think that we were inspecting A, but we find out that there's 12 units that have basically, similar problems and needs to be fixed because we're gonna have water. And by the way, Unit 4140, my unit, and Unit 39 are completely underwater. So there's no water pump. He also suggests to get 2 water pumps on that section because it's completely underwater. And I think that you, Alan, you saw it when you went to the roof and put the water pump.
Yeah, when I was up.
Do you mean the roof is the
My
puddles are-
roof, yeah, roof number 4 is full of water.
Okay,
Okay, so when I was up there, yes, there was water, but it wasn't very high. I had 1 pump to put on that, and I put it on the deepest area, which was on top of Maria's unit. That was the deepest area. In your area was less water there, and it wasn't going on
No,
top
it wasn't
of
less, it was more. And I can show you the picture, the day after, and it's still 2 inches of water.
Hold on, when you say the day after,
Monday,
Junior,
the day that I actually went up to the roof, that water still sit there, and I want to show you the pictures. Okay, if you don't believe,
I
we
didn't
need to buy
say that.
two more pumps.
Alfredo, did you update Alan after you went up on the roof, as Alan is the lead in this?
I updating everybody here on this with the report that I sent.
Okay, but if we are having this meeting today, it's good to update Alan as soon as you know information, so that he knows how to act with that.
Well, it's already been updated, so I was waiting for this moment. So we need to buy 2 more pumps.
So if you would say that before, then we could buy the pumps, because
no, we can actually, buy it and have it put it in there.
If it would be raining from Monday until here like crazy, we could have.
We need to take the water that is still sitting there.
I understand. We are. Everybody's in favor.
Listen, I don't need more back and forth. I just need to actually approve to get 2 more water pumps to get it onto the roof number 4 on the areas that are located nearby where I live. Thank you.
Are you having water intrusions in your area, in your home?
Not yet, but I probably will tell you exactly, when it's gonna come, and I don't want to actually wait until that moment. So there's
been always water sitting on the roofs. It's not something new. It's
Well,
not,
I don't think that this is actually an excuse, okay? Can we move forward on that? Okay, Alan?
what I'm trying to say is that,
No,
for
no, don't say
example-
anything else because everything that you said is getting all confused. I need a water pumps on my roof to cover 41, 39, and 40. Thank you.
well, we don't buy,
Hold on, there's, if this is the first time Alan is hearing about this. you
Okay,
can't-
well, right now, this is the first time that he is actually understood that I have this situation. So we need to take care of that.
And in that, we can look at the other buildings in case those pumps have
No,
already
no,
done
there's
the
no
job
other building
and
because I
transfer
already saw everything, Robert. You don't need to tell me what we need to look because I went there on Monday and I took a look to all the roof and all the buildings. So don't tell me that you're gonna look at anything. You need to look on building 4, my end, period, bottom line.
And I appreciate that, and that's what I'm saying.
I don't
if the other
appreciate
buildings-
anything that you say, okay?
If the other buildings have already had the pumps done their job, then we can transfer those to building 4, problem solved.
well, Robert, that's not gonna solve the problem because more rain is gonna come. But the point here is that, first of all, building number 1 has 0 pumps. So why building number 4 is getting pumps and building number 1 is not getting pumps? That's my first question.
Number 1 doesn't
Second-
have any accumulation of water. I was there on Monday. So please, don't try to rebate or everything that I said. Come on.
I think what he means is that potentially building 1 may be draining better than building 4, I'm assuming. Is that happening?
Well, I thought building 1 had water intrusion. Is that right?
Yeah, I
You hear
thought
what
that
I
Unit
said on the
11
report that the reason and the cause that Unit 11 was having water intrusion is because he cut one of the vent pipe and the water was sitting in there. Do you understand that? Or do I need to talk in a different language?
you need to relax.
No, I don't need to relax. You need to actually stop, like going around with everything that I said, because right now I'm getting to a point that I cannot understand and accept anything that you guys are mumbling.
Okay, here's the point. This discussion, you're right, Alfredo. This discussion will stop.
Thank you.
I'll talk with Alan and we'll figure out a solution moving forward. The next
No,
point.
no,
on
you
this-
talk with me because I'm part of the board, okay? And I'm a unit owner as well. So
Yeah, you-
we're
Well,
gonna
you-
resolve that right now.
You just told everybody to shut up, so,
So that's what we're doing.
good.
Let me
Okay,
find-
by the way, I don't know if you guys want to discuss, or we saw the report from Junior that Alfredo sent. Are we discussing it now?
Decision we took is to make informal assessment with the engineer to understand if it makes sense or not, if there's an alternative, so I think that was.
Okay, but I have a few questions about that, about the report itself. So Alfredo, if you don't mind me speaking to you and you answering like a human being, can you please explain how long would that take from the moment Junior start the work until he finishes the work?
He can start it on Friday.
And
And
how
it's gonna
long would
take
that take?
1 to 2 days.
1 to 2 days because
Yes.
I read the report and the report says that he's gonna put rolls on top of the parapet wall, which requires the hot map. And he's gonna do both of the buildings, all the peripheral
That's a different
area.
system, and this is only for building 2 and 3.
Yeah, no, I understand, building for 2 and 3. So my question is again,
Well, whatever thing that is not clear on the report that I actually cannot satisfy on your queries, just please, ask Junior. So I can probably, you get back with your question and I actually handle it to him. But he actually
So
submitted.
you
The
want-
moment that we approve, we can go ahead and they can just start working. And that is going to be wrapped in less than 2 days.
so Rob, so you want me to ask Junior, is that what you're saying?
No, just your question, all your concerns, in order to speed up this process and this meeting, just write it down, give it to me, and I will actually send it back to him. And give
Noted.
you guys all an update.
Okay. Next point.
I lost my agenda. I'm trying to find it because I had to switch to a different document. Can you read it?
It's number 7, moving and clean up roofing materials from parking area near Clubhouse.
The parking area, the cleaning of the.
Okay.
For the sake of a record, the project was started last Friday, and we were able to move part of the heavy roofing material to the west side of the clubhouse to compile all the materials together and open some of the parking spaces. That was the goal. We rented a forklift, which ended up costing us $200, which was $50 more from the original price that we were agreeing due to technical issues on the site and the materials. Then on Saturday, Carlos and I rented a U-Haul to dispose the sealers and the chemical at the hazardous waste disposal site in El Dorado. That cost us $89.47. For the waste fee, it was $89. And for the U-Haul truck rent was $120 based on the mileage. We also spent $73 in Home Depot for chemicals to clean up the truck after we came back. Carlos again came on Sunday and helped me out to clean not only the parking lot, because that chemical made reaction and it was a very hard, sticky glue on the floor. So he was able to take all the rotten wood and the crate, but most of the stuff still adheres on the parking lot. So we are planning next Saturday to rent a machine in Home Depot, those ones that you use to take the tiles out, in order to remove that hard glue that is already stick on the pavement. So he worked on Saturday until 8 p.m. and worked the whole day on Sunday. So for me, I think that we should pay him at least $500 for the work that he's been provided after his normal job. So I do raise a motion to see if we can approve that and give that to him separately, because a job like he did, it's completely inexpensive. So anyone second?
I second the motion.
Yeah.
Especially because we bought some gloves and masks to Carlos.
I agree.
No,
Good
he
job.
burned the hands because the chemicals were making reaction, because everything was completely, deteriorated. So it was a big mess. I'm gonna show the report and all the pictures so you can see and understand exactly what we've been through.
Good job, Alfredo, on getting that done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we got the $500 approved for Carlos. Okay.
The next point is on me, so delinquency report.
You want to unmute?
Okay.
Okay, so the next point is to do is regarding the delinquency report we received from Enumerate. This excludes the 2 critical cases that we already sent to our attorney after a lot of calls, a lot of emails, etc. They were not solved until now. They are coming from even before the beginning of the year. On the other ones, I sent an email. I already received an answer from Alfredo. I wanted just to discuss here that for now, it will be a one-to-one conversation, nice, a message, an email. So just want to understand, Alan and Robert, if you are aligned on contacting the units I gave to each one of you.
Yes.
And I can. So I sent you a proposal with several units. So you have 2 units and Robert has 1 unit. And I just decided this about they are in arrears. This is a nice conversation and also much more educational than anything else. The other 2 cases are not educational in terms of, okay, This comes much before the migration. This is to understand if people know how to pay to enumerate, so or through the channels of enumerate, if they have questions, doubts, if they are still sending to Primex, for example, the checks. So if you agree with these between today and Friday,
I already,
are you ready?
yeah, I mean, I had,
The two, which is, okay,
yeah,
okay. And so, Robert, you have one, and I'm gonna enter in contact with the other ones. Okay, perfect. Once again, educational in terms of people learning how to do. The other one is that we have a neighbor that already sent 2 times the checks to Primex in before, so I'm gonna send him an email, said, for 2 times Primex lost your checks, so he needs to pay again. He already is waiting for this email. He will pay immediately when he receives this, but we are not gonna put any penalty because I know he sent twice all the checks to Primex. So,
and just
yep.
to be clear, we don't have Primex anymore for every.
Yes, we don't have Primex anymore, so the means and the channels to pay has to be through the channels that were provided to enumerate. And if you have any questions, just send us an email, and we've been clarifying, I believe, all the questions we've been having and also helping. I know some people help some of our neighbors setting the payment methods.
Also for the payment method, I think there's a.
There is also information in the board, so anything from the information in the board, from the email you have received, we can forward. I already did this to several people. Forward the email once again from enumerate, or call us, send us an email. The important part is nobody's going to get penalties for this month or any type of formal communication. But obviously, after 1 month, 1.5 months, we need to restart the process. And right now, enumerate is very strict on the rules. And after the 10th, they're going to send a letter on the 15th. And after 1 month, then it's going to be a harder letter. So just trying to get everything on a line here. So I got Robert, it's good, and I'll do mine. And thank you, Alfredo, for moving ahead with yours. And by the way, I'll send.
Well,
an
it
email
wasn't
to
really
all
nice, and I want to share. I want to
that
share
unit
my
already has
experience
the
because
situation
this
completely
lady
solved. Thank you so much.
Elena came to my house at 6:30 in the morning, knocking on my door. Not only that day, the day was a storm, and she wasn't having a nice attitude. I actually have to calm her down, and I'm not a manager. I'm trying. I know that we are actually in a transition, but there are some people that they don't take it, like easy as it is, as you say, friendly. Even though that the template of the letter was in a very friendly tone of voice. So there's some people that you need to understand that they are not okay and they are very reactive about it.
And Alfredo, let me be, I didn't want to bring, can you? Okay, sorry. Let me just clarify this. My email was clear, and my email never mentioned any type of letter. You went ahead, okay, you sent a letter, but that was not what was supposed in the email, was to send a message, was to make a call, etc.
This
Okay,
lady
so
works
I
from
understand that
6:30
people
in the
didn't take well
morning
the
to
letter, especially the
9:30,
transition,
10,
but
and
that
she
was
doesn't
not
have
the
a time to
recommendation in the
conversation.
email, and this is, so I would not even going to bring this topic, but that was not the recommendation
That's
that
why
was
I
there.
actually left the
I'm gonna
template
send
at
a
her door.
WhatsApp, an email, make a call accordingly to the people I know better or worse. So, but thank you for raising that topic.
Okay, are we good on that, Joel? Delinquency? Okay, next point, point number 9. Letter to Unit 30 for violation of Article 5, Section 3 of Bylaws, in parentheses, unsightly condition, and Unit 21 for adherence to Article 8, Section 7, in parentheses, parking where parking spaces are not designated, end of parentheses.
I think we have
I
here
think-
Unit 21 owner.
And to be clear,
I'm not sure about the.
Okay,
second
let me
part.
start it because I'm the one that actually have the complaints. Okay, the complaint for Unit 21, it's been going on since February. So we have an episode of this unit owner that probably have some sort of pathological situation where she have a hoarding problem and she's accumulating things in front and in the back of the house. So in several occasions, he's been spotted and this is not contribute to the well-being of the surrounding of the community. So in 4th time, we have having a complaint about the way that the house looks in the front and in the back. So we are actually sending this letter in order to advise the situation that they have. So I also received 2 complaints for Unit 21 because the complaints are not going to your phone, they are not going to your message, it's going to my house with the pictures. And I already saw the pictures because I wanted to make sure that it's not because I have a retaliation, I have a situation with anyone. I just want to make things clear. And I pass this information as a messenger. So here's the thing, or either we go with the law or either we go against. So I see on the picture, you guys saw on the picture that the unit owner of 21 parks everywhere he wants, and he has 2 designated places, and that doesn't allow it, and that's an entitlement because they even chronometer the time that he's been parking in places that they are not belong to him. So he's putting a voice there that you can park wherever you want in no designated place, and that needs to be stopped. And it's not like demanding, it's not like being nasty. It's like he needs to abide by the law because he has 2 assigned parking spaces, period.
So, like I said in my email, and I will just be short, I agree on Unit 30. This is recurrently. I don't agree on Unit 21. And I also say, to be clear, I haven't seen this parking infraction happening recurrently. By the way, I haven't seen it once, but okay. And I live right across the block. I just say this, so I'm pro the letter for Unit 30, even in terms of safety. I don't agree with the letter
We
for
send the
Unit 21.
pictures. We send the pictures, and I send the report. So don't tell me that you don't see it because it's there.
Okay. Alfredo, once again, what I'm saying is that I don't see it recurrently, and I haven't seen it ever. I know there is a photograph, but
A
the photograph might
reminder,
be
a
one time only.
reminder, a
So
friendly
my email is
reminder, a
very
friendly
clear.
reminder doesn't hurt because you need to let people understand that they need to park in the designated place, not wherever they want. We are living in a condominium.
We have the unit owner here, so let me just address the unit owner and let him respond, okay? So the complaint is that you have 2 spots for you to park, and you're parking one car behind the other, or sometimes you're putting the car on the side like you did today, diagonally, or different, and not parking both in your designated parking spot. That is the complaint.
Okay, like today, I'm gonna explain to you. I asked my.
Would you like to come sit?
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Would you like to come over here so we can hear you?
Alan,
That way we
Alan.
can hear you better.
Oh, okay.
Alan,
But, all right.
Yeah,
2 minutes.
2 minutes. You have 2 minutes.
Okay. Like today, hi, how are you? Like today, I asked my next door neighbor that we're very friends. Actually, he's Peruvian like me. And I told him, and he knew that I have water in the back of the Mercedes. And actually it's not working, the computer got wet. So I asked him that I was gonna put the car using his 2 parking spot so I can get the sun in the back of the car. That's one of the things. The other day that I know who's the one that makes the complaints usually, and that's something I want to ask also, because when I spoke to you on my house and with Joao, we don't have any response about that, but that's another subject. The day that I parked right in front of the Mercedes, it was the day I came very sick, you know, and I was not able to park the car. It's something that I don't do it very often, but sometimes, you know, when I come from the supermarket, you know, I unload the things from the Mini Cooper, and when I go in and then I go out, it's raining. So I leave it there. I don't bother nobody, but I don't do it constantly. I've been here 12 years, and it's the first time I hear that complaint. So we have to see what is going on, really, where the complaint comes from. You know, everybody knows that I have a problem with a unit of my 2 next door neighbors. You know about that. and she goes around every single day around my house, and maybe she's the one that complains about my car, but I have nothing to do with her, you know, because it's not blocking nobody. I promise here that I will be more careful, and I won't do that. Plus, you know, I've been from this year, and I have all my papers. I've been 7 months out of the year, out of the country. So, you know, I've been here only for a month, and it happened twice. And I'm very sorry it won't happen again.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Eddie, thank you for that. And, you know, the only thing I would like to add is, you know, the complaint has come up, and just acknowledge the fact that you have your designated parking spots. It's important that each owner parks in any designated parking spot, and therefore we uphold the standards of the community. So thank you for keeping that in mind.
All right, thank you.
Okay. So, so we're sending a letter to unit 30 or 31, is it? 30, okay. Do we need to vote for that, or that's? Okay, so I think with unit 21, he came here, he said he's sorry that it's not gonna happen again. So I think that there might not be a need to send him a letter, because he just came.
Yeah,
and
it's
confronted.
recorded. It's already recorded, so it's fine.
Okay, so I would make a motion here to send a letter to unit 30 for the garbage in the front and in the back of the house. Okay, we approve.
Approve.
So that is,
By the way, I didn't know that it was really bad in the back.
yeah, it's really
Yeah.
bad in the back. It's even worse in the back. One
approve,
second,
by the
please.
way.
Go ahead, the unit owner would like to.
Some question. The last time that we spoke at my house with Robert and you, I was asking about the place of that boat that is right there. It never been moved, and I think that's a renter, and it's not supposed to rent that place. Remember where the Conejo used to live, and she rented to somebody. That's the one that I have a problem all the time. That's the one that takes the pictures and everything. So what is okay? It doesn't bother me, because I'm not afraid of having a problem. But what I'm afraid is that if there is a hurricane or something, you know, that boat can damage the dock and everything. And she's supposed to prove that it's her boat. And so far, she hasn't made any proof.
I think we need to follow up.
Regardless, I think.
One, because you have one thing on the side of the boat, which is the registration.
So there's no registration.
Alan, summarize what he said.
Yeah, so basically he is saying that 2 units next to him, I think it's unit 23, she's renting, and
I'm not saying that she's renting. I'm saying that she had that boat there. She never used it.
there's a boat there that she never uses,
She never
and
came out in that boat.
and there's no registration.
No, the registration, the FL is not complete.
So the registration is not complete. Regardless, I think we need to update all the people that have vessels in the community to show insurance.
I do a motion to send the blasts to people registered, also with the insurance and the.
The insurance of the thing.
Yeah.
Insurance, if something happened, you know, the dock, it will damage the dock.
Yeah.
So I asked for the title lien.
No, it's really not, the registration.
Okay, we should have some kind of a list already of unit owners that have boats, and we need to update and make sure that everybody's insurance is on file accordingly, and that basically will also address that issue as well.
Yeah, the hurricane comes and we're gonna have boats on top of the house.
Okay, so let's take care of that. Yeah, I'll do a motion to. So the motion is to update, make sure that everybody's boats are legal and are really insured and cover basically. Also, we need to ask if the insurance needs to have an endorsement for Leeward Point. Because, for example, when I perform, okay, and I do magic tricks in a corporate event in an hotel, the hotel asks me to put in my liability insurance an endorsement to make sure that the hotel is covered. And I do card tricks. It's an endorsement. Yeah, but to cover, okay, it's a question that maybe we should ask. I mean, and I disappear people. So be careful. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're good with that. Email blast, making sure that everybody's votes are updated. Okay. What's the next one?
That's it.
That's it? All right. So anybody here on the call has any questions? Any unit owner would like to have any questions, say anything? Okay, Robert, give you the
It
honor.
is now, what is that? 7 o'clock. We are calling this meeting to an end. We are adjourning it. Thank you all for your engagement and attending. Have a wonderful evening. See you soon. I will end the recording now.
No, hold on, because I actually got Junior right here. So, Alan, do you have a question that he can answer?
I would love to ask Junior. If he's there, I would love to ask him a question.
Okay, yes.
No? Is he here in the condominium present?
No, he's on the phone. He just called me. He said that he can start as soon as they approve, and he probably will take Junior less than 2 days. 2 days?
Yes, 2 days. 2 days.
2 days.
But I have to let you know in the morning tomorrow. I gotta check my schedule.
Okay, perfect.
And I have to check the weather too.
Perfect. Okay. They can perform the work in 2 days.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you. Thank you, Junior.
Okay, well.
Okay. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you all. I'll end the recording.